So today we are making Moroccan couscous with safta. She is showing us the recipe, or showing me the recipe, which I wanted to film so we have it. These are the main vegetables that we're going to use. We have peeled carrots, it looks like 6 or 7. We have a squash. This is butternut, right? Butternut squash.
Normally you want to have pumpkin.
Normally you want to have pumpkin
instead, but butternut squash doesn't.
Okay, so this is okay, but pumpkin is better. We have 2 zucchinis that are half peeled, just scraped with the back of the knife. We have 3/4 of a cabbage. 1/4 of the cabbage is reserved for salad, and then we have 3/4 of an onion, and again 1/4 of that's going to be saved for the salad. So that's it. Here's our ingredients. Let's go. Oh, this is for the soup. You make a soup and then you make the couscous. And we're also going to be making couscous from scratch. Oh, all right. So this is short rib, bone-in short rib. It's got a name. I don't remember what this type of short. There's different names for different short ribs, but this is the long bone that goes through the short rib. And we got 1 package of these. It was about 2 pounds, I think. In go the chickpeas. So we're just going to add the chicken legs. We bought 6, but we don't know that 6 are going to fit. When I say we, Monique doesn't know. I'm just following along. I'm a tourist in Morocco today.
In the pot with the meat.
How much water?
Two cups.
2 cups.
Maybe 2.5, 3 cups. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to put this on.
Okay, and this is a pressure cooker. Okay, so we are here. Okay, we're on high to bring this up to a boil, and then we'll cap it with the pressure. Spices are here.
Turmeric.
Okay.
Main ingredient, turmeric. It's a healthy.
That was a tablespoon?
Yeah.
Tablespoon?
Yeah. Tablespoon. Salt.
Salt. There's more salt if you need it. This is kosher
Yes.
coarse.
Do we have more?
Yeah. Do you need?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get some in a sec. Need it now.
Mm-hmm. Salt. And
white pepper. White pepper goes in. Add cumin?
No.
No cumin. Okay.
That's it. Vegetables.
So, okay, so let's get this straight. So we bring this to a boil. We've got it on maximum pressure, right? Mm-hmm. Maximum pressure for the meat, 15 minutes. Let it come to a boil. Once it starts blowing steam, 15 minutes. Release the steam. Right, we're gonna soak it in water, rinse it in water, cold water. Release the steam, then the vegetables get put in, back onto the pressure cooker for how long?
Another 15 minutes.
Another 15. Okay, so we'll do that process when we get there. Okay, so.
Semolina.
Okay.
And the coarseness of it is such.
You see, it's almost like sand.
It's almost like sand. It's a little bit less than sand.
Is that
it's
number 2?
So
is that number 2,
2.
the coarseness? Okay.
The coarseness of semolina is number 2. Basically, the coarseness really determines how big the couscous grains will be, or how small they will be.
And where do you buy this?
This I bought at a Arab market, but they have them in different stores, and you can actually get semolina in regular stores too.
Okay.
So I put a little bit of this. I have lukewarm. I boil some water and I add some cold, and then it's done. You can't use it.
You can't turn it back if you turn it into dough.
If it goes into a dough, you can't do anything with it after.
So the danger is adding water too fast?
Exactly. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Eventually, you will be able to add a whole glass of water, but not at this stage.
Okay.
When it's in the powder stage, you can't do that.
Literally just 5 drops.
Yeah.
And how do you know when to add more?
And work it. Just, periodically add more water and work it and keep. Now you see the difference? You see the difference between these two? Now the wetness of the stuff that was doing first will kind of help the process of the next portion. The double boiler is not on.
It is not. And there's no water in it.
Put water in it, and the double boiler is really on.
How much?
Half.
Okay, so taking a break from the making of the couscous, the pressure cooker came to steam. So now I turned it down to a medium, and we're gonna set the timer for 15 minutes. Clear, now it's gonna roast. Okay, ready?
Couscous holder.
Yeah, it goes here. One hand. And cover it with a lid so it comes up to temperature. Alright, let's go back and see how we're doing on the couscous. Oh.
Normally, I would make the couscous, will make few bags.
For the mixing?
Almost. Let's see.
Show me how you would do it with your fingertips. If
I
you
would
were
go
just
like this and add water
The
and go
whole
like
time.
this. Yeah. And that will take forever.
Oh yeah,
And then I would have to pass it through a coarse
like a
strainer,
mesh, right?
yes.
And that's what cuts it into the balls.
And that's what makes it where it doesn't have lumps. So I'm adding water now, I
So-
can work it.
So now you're using your hand. Are you doing it for the feel, the touch?
Yeah, just because my hand, I touched it, so my hand has couscous on it. I didn't want to touch the mixer again.
Next time I ask you a question like that, say, you know what? It makes me feel connected to the roots. It makes me feel connected to the past.
Yeah, okay, it's ready to go into the double boiler.
Okay.
I usually, before I start doing that, I have the water boiling already.
Okay. I think it is boiling.
Yeah. Is boiling yet?
Yeah, let me check. So this is adding, that pot lid can get hot, sorry. I should have said that. Okay, so this is just adding the couscous. Is there anything to know about how you're doing this?
No. Just don't burn yourself, that's all. Okay. Okay.
And pot lid on. Alright, and then this is 15 minutes, you said?
No. It would boil for like half an hour.
This goes half an hour.
I need the steam to come out. Is it high?
It's on high, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So
this is for the salad.
okay.
I'm gonna use this for the soup.
So the middle part of the celery heart, this is very important. I remember this the first time I ever had this dish. One of the flavors that comes out that grabs your attention is the celery, and it's this young, there's a salad that you put on top of the couscous, which we'll show, but it's the heart of the celery, the very middle, with these little leaves cut up and all. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm trying to find a word. The ingredients that Jewish people used were more sophisticated.
All right, so stirring it in a circle, kind of scraping it.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
And I let it go. Some more.
So then
Now
this
I
pot
take
we turned
this.
off. And cold water before you open your pot. And turn it off, or you just... All right. Flavor.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, so this got a head start.
Okay. Otherwise, if you tried to cook the meat and the vegetables would just turn into nothing, right?
Exactly.
So
We put the vegetables that are the hardest ones
okay.
lower. Well, the cabbage needs time also.
And these are just big pieces.
Big pieces, and you actually bring them in a plate.
Right, part of the presentation is these
Exactly, the big
pieces,
beautiful
right?
pieces, exactly. And then we have this. And then we have this. These are the last one. Onion likes to be somewhere in the middle. Pepper will be happy.
And you don't have to be gentle, you're putting it in there.
Yeah. Like this, like this.
And then the softest
This
pieces.
goes last, and I'm cutting it so it would all fit.
And when this is done, these zucchini, it just melts into the couscous. It's amazing. It's like a vegetable
Like
butter.
this.
It's very-
And now we do the salt.
So one nice pinch, two. Okay. So just a nice dust of salt.
Turmeric again.
All right, more turmeric. Is that, and that's mainly for color? And you like the, you said there's flavor too. Right?
No, turmeric is the healthiest, anti-inflammatory. It's the most wonderful spice you could have in your spice cabinet. You use it, you should use it for anything and everything, even for an omelet.
White
the
pepper.
taste, the deposit is not. We have consommé.
Yes. Underneath the miele. So why white pepper and not black pepper? Color?
Color.
Okay.
Black pepper is not good for digesting. Black pepper use only if you
Can I see the, so this is osem
consommé.
consomme. This is in the kosher section is where I find it.
Salty, so you want
Yeah.
to make sure you don't use any
Very good. So you saw it was 2
with paprika.
large pinches. Do you want smoked?
No,
Or hot paprika?
I could use a little bit of hot paprika if you want.
Okay.
I'm putting a little bit of red paprika. That's for color. And I'm putting, well, since we have the pepper, I'm gonna leave the
No,
hot
you don't wanna make it
paprika
too much.
out.
But you could make this really, if you wanted it like a hot spicy dish, you could really go for it, right?
Exactly right.
We have little kids eating, so
Exactly right.
is it normally hotter than this, or would you make it hotter if it was
Yeah.
Israelis sitting around having
Yeah,
this, or
yeah, I
Moroccans?
would
sitting?
make it,
Okay.
yeah, I would make it a little bit hotter, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. And then the couscous, does it need to be stirred again or it's good?
The couscous is coming out.
Oh, we're done?
We're not done. It hasn't built pressure yet.
Right.
So from 15 minutes from now.
Oh, from now, so you're not gonna wait till...
Correct.
I got you. Okay. This is off. Alright.
It's hot.
You steam?
Yeah. Right now.
No, I wouldn't say
And-
it tastes like pasta. Like just unseasoned pasta, but it doesn't taste like a bread or, you know,
So remember how before you had to be careful with the water?
yeah.
You don't have to be careful anymore.
Disregard previous instructions.
We're putting some salt. We put a cup of water, but that's not enough. We're putting turmeric.
I didn't know that. It's like half a teaspoon.
Again, turmeric is what you want to put on everything you eat. A, it's very healthy, and B, it has a wonderful color, and
Is that a Moroccan? I mean, in Morocco they use a lot of turmeric? Or
Yes.
That's
Yes.
something you find.
in Morocco they use tons of turmeric.
Can I ask you a question about your mom?
Yeah.
So this is where you learned it.
Uh-huh.
Your mom made it just like this?
Yeah. My mom did not use, my mom passed 20 years ago. She did not use the electric mixer.
Right.
She actually did it by hand. And I did it by hand until a few years back. See how much water it can handle.
So this is a tricky spot because if you've never done this, you don't know how much water to add. You've already added 1 cup and whatever was in there. So say 1 3/4 cup. How are you gonna know when you're done adding water?
I'm gonna fill the
It's by touch. So it's not olive oil. It's funny, in a lot of cooking, people automatically reach for the olive oil, but
because it has to go back on the double boiler.
right.
The olive oil would lose its
Well, and then in the fridge, it would solidify too.
right. So no need, no. So you don't want to do that.
How much oil was that?
Probably
1/4 cup?
1/4 cup. But again, we don't know. I mean, maybe we need more. We are just inching our ways into this process. Like this, for the peak,
It sprays more now, huh? That's why we have a dog. Clean. Clean up the couscous.
yeah. We have little bowls.
My mother-in-law just said I have little balls.
Yeah.
I recorded it.
You
heard
did.
That.
So I'm tasting to see where I am with the taste. I need more salt.
Let me get a pinch here. Okay. What about the texture?
Texture is good. This is going again to the double boiler.
So it cooks again.
Yes,
Okay.
I just gave it the moisture it needs
To keep going
to
and
keep
the flavor.
going. Right.
Okay.
And all that is gonna, see what happens? Good thing the maid is here today.
told her to save the kitchen for last.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Well, at home I have very big bowls, so I don't want the cabbage. They would have the carrot and they would have the squash.
Right.
I added the rest of the water, so really we put like 2 cups of water
Okay.
after.
And
And 1 when it was still powder.
right. So
Okay.
you're talking 3 cups, but you better add that the right way. Otherwise,
Right.
you're not gonna have
Exactly.
And if you mess it up, it's okay. Just press it down and you can have pancakes the next day. for
If you
breakfast.
mess it up, just go buy another. You need to start the double boiler.
Ah, excuse me. Okay, back up to high.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll cover.
Yeah.
Still hot. Oh, from the
No,
fire.
this
I
guy.
got you. All right, so we're here. So this guy's on hot.
I'm gonna take tomato. It's just
Make it the right
easier.
size.
Easier.
I can keep up with money. We have tomatoes into the bowl. Use your slap chop a lot. Use
Oh,
really
yeah.
salad and everything.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, you know.
I mean, it's what Israeli salad looks like.
Correct,
It's-
exactly.
I mean, it's tiny little
I mean,
pieces of-
it makes them all even.
Right.
It's a great way to make salad.
Celery leaves away. But
How can you throw the celery leaves away?
that's a lot of people do.
This is amazing. This is the best taste ever.
We ain't
The
kidding.
reason I'm cutting them is so they fit inside this thing. Most of the time I just do it by hand. Because go.
And this salad is like one of those things, 2 days later it's better than the first day, right? I mean, it's just, everything comes together, everything melts together.
Yep.
And you take the seeds out and everything.
Exactly what I'm trying to do without touching it too much, because if it's spicy and I can't touch my face or okay, I'm gonna believe that this is spicy. You told me it is, right?
Well, let me have,
Sometimes they're not.
well,
as
sometimes you get
spicy.
one piece and it's hot, and let me try what we're putting in.
This is
I know, it takes a little bit, baby.
this is lemon that has been put into a jar.
Now
cut,
first, who made
sliced.
who made this lemon?
You did.
And who taught me to make this lemon?
I did.
Because if Monique shows up and there's no lemon in this house, oh. But so go ahead and explain it. Explain it to everybody.
Basically, this is pickled lemon. I call it pickled, but it's really not pickled because it's lemon that sits and marinated in its own juices, and the way you bring the juices out, you slice it into circles after you wash the lemon, you slice it, and you put it in a jar with lots of salt,
Covered in salt.
covered in salt, completely immersed in salt, and oil.
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable, about half a cup of oil. And the first 3 days of the process, you leave it out on the counter. You leave it out on the counter, and you mix it periodically.
Just flip it over, right?
Just flip it over, like really shake it, shake it. You don't want to open it, just shake it. And then you can put it in the fridge, and it can be used like this for salads.
And that
For
salt preserves
cooking,
it, right?
the salt preserves it. It can sit in the fridge for a year.
It's good for chicken in the crock pot. You put some of this over with the consomme.
You can make lemon chicken with that. You add it to fish. You add it to all kinds of things, but it's wonderful in salads. I would not, first of all, the lemon has salt in it, so it's already salty. I do add a little bit of salt, but right before, because if you add salt now, it would start letting go the juices. Some taste. I did the oil and I did the white pepper. The only thing that's missing is the salt, and I would do it just before we sit down at the table. I don't mix the salad.
That was my question. I was going to ask
I
you.
do not mix the salad. I prepared it, so all the ingredients are still in their own original
State.
state.
Okay.
As far as taste.
And that salt on that lemon's not going to affect the rest of the
No,
veggies?
it just sits on top.
Okay.
It sits, as you see, I put them, I cut the vegetables in the right order. Tomatoes go first, then the onion, then the celery. The lemon is sitting on top of the celery.
Which is hard.
And the pepper, so it's not going to penetrate.
Oh, so smart.
Yes.
Baby, dinner alone. You know what? I gotta turn this off.
How much sauce we have here?
Right.
And the vegetables are just right.
And that was no added water. So we had 3 cups of water in here. You didn't add any when you added the vegetables.
No.
You're
Okay,
testing for
perfect.
doneness? Okay. And you can see the vegetables are still vegetables. They're still themselves.
And you serve them on top of the couscous.
I forgot about the couscous, and I would have said, "Okay, we're done," and
Goodbye.
well, that's it.
See you later.
This is multitasking. This is how you train your brain to do many things at once, right?
Yeah. This is when I made. Now you see how the couscous is yellower?
Yeah.
Now, because I put the turmeric. It was not yellow enough, but I knew that when it starts steaming, the color will get enhanced.
So the yellow turmeric comes out during cooking. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So is there an actual double boiler
Yes,
steamer?
yes, yes.
Is it a couscous steamer or it's just
This is a couscous pot, and my pot I brought from Israel.
Oh, really?
Yes. When Max was born and I spent time at your house, of course, I needed to make couscous.
Right.
So I was looking, I went to the store, we were in Baltimore.
I remember this.
I went to the store and I was looking for something that would actually do the job. And I found this,
Right.
and you guys still have it,
Right.
which is great.
And
because
it's a
we
great
make-
pot. It
Yeah,
works really well for a lot of things.
yeah.
So what's the difference between this and a couscous steamer?
The holes are smaller.
In a couscous steamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needs a little bit more oil.
That's maybe 1/8 of a cup. 3 tablespoons.
And a little bit more pepper.
It's beautiful. Look at that. Man. And this all came from that powder in the bag. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Final steps, final stages.
We put salt in the salad,
Okay.
and since we're ready to sit at the table,
So it was just salt.
just salt, because before we had the oil and we had the pepper.
Okay.
And being that it has the pickled lemon, we are not putting lemon or vinegar in the salad
Okay.
because it already has that.
It's already got that acid from the tomato.
Exactly. Serving spoons. Oh, you put that in? You took them out?
Oh no, I didn't touch them.
Here they are, I got them.
Good.
So, we're gonna put a portion of this here.
So I'm gonna switch
What
spots.
we think is enough for everybody. The good thing is that this bowl is not going anywhere. So, we can always go back to it.
Okay.
And then we have the vegetables. You can put them nicely around. And bunch them up.
So you keep the vegetables together individually?
Yeah, you can bunch them up. So, I mean, depend. You can do it different ways. You can spread them around where all around the plate there is carrots, or you can put them all the carrots together, which is what I'm doing now. This way, when we eating, you can reach for a carrot, you know where it is.
And they're just falling apart. I mean, they're like super soft, super nice.
Yeah.
Now, you don't put potato. You've never put potato in here, have you?
No need. I think that the carb that you get in the chickpeas, and it's all hiding in the bottom of the pot.
That is so beautiful.
There we go.
You know, it's even the balance of color.
Yeah, that's the idea.
You know,
It's colorful. And we're gonna take some of the soup and we're gonna spread it so it would wet the couscous some more. And that's how you make couscous.
just like that.
Just like that. You're gonna have chicken, Robbie,
Yes, please. I'll have some of all.
and
Purple.
you're gonna have meat.
There's a group called Green Gators, and
And you're
guess
gonna
what?
have
I keep seeing
some
them, and I think
cabbage.
that like Ellie's gonna go around.
Oh.
No, she'd be.
I'm losing some of this stuff here.
Which one? Green Gators. Mama, look. It's
This
like
is
a
how you
Gators.
serve it.
It's your phone. Like, so the Green Gators. Like, so you're the Gators.
You're gonna have a carrot.
You're all like
You're gonna have some cabbage.
Can
We're
I
gonna have
use
some of this.
when I'm bored? My iPad's
And
on.
we're gonna have a lot of couscous.
When I go to Softa's house, can I watch A Quiet Place? Why? Why?
I have to go back to the pot and find more chickpeas.
Yeah, because
Here is your plate.
the chickpeas are my favorite.
And then this goes this way.
I think they're aliens. Max, are they aliens?
So this is the tomato salad with the celery, hot
Yes.
peppers.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
They look like
That's
Okay.
it.
emoji Martians.
That is one of the best meals in the world.
Here's Ellie.